Protector. What is going on in here? Mom? Why? You're here. What? Vi? Who are you? Who are you people? And why are you here? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
What kind of sick joke is this?
It's no joke. You're here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here, and what are you doing here? I don't understand. I don't understand. I watched you die. How is this possible? Vi, I know you're afraid right now. I know you have questions. You have every right. And I will answer all of them. Please just come with me. I need to bring you to someone. She will help me explain, just please. Alright. I'll be right outside. Just come when you're ready.
We'll take our leave.
Yes. Sorry, of course.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know what she's...
It's okay, we'll get through it. It's okay.
Here. Take this.
The orb?
Keep it safe, please.
I'm not coming with you?
This is too important and I don't know. I don't want to risk it.
We can't just split up.
Optic, it'll be okay. It's her. I know it's her. But please keep it with you. I know I can trust you.
Alright. If that's what you want.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Yeah. I'll be here.
You know, for thousands of years, the Sanctioned Kingdom has been hidden from all beings that haunt the woodlands of the East. It's been passed over by foul giants, ghosts, demons, and even a sinister dragon once. But somehow you have granted access through. I have to say it's quite the impressive feat. Not by choice. I was grabbed and teleported here. You're not hurt, are you? No, I'm fine. So, I assume you're the cause. Of what? Where is it now? I left the orb in the temple. And your father. How is he? He's coping. We all did. Mom? Yes? Can I hug you? I never believed I'd be able to do that again. Okay. Today's been all sorts of crazy, and I don't understand so much, but I want to help. There is nothing more I could ask of you. Laura will love you, I am sure. Laura? Ready to meet the Queen of the Gardens? This is where you've been for 14 years? You don't like it? No, it's breathtaking. People here are different, Vi. They care about each other. We've survived for so long because of it. This world is filled with hate and injustice. Most are ignorant of. We are the only resistance to the evil that rules this land. We stand as one, so it can't consume us. And in this way, we stay strong. I feel like I'm in the middle of a dream, and I can't tell how it's going to end, but I know all will be right when it does. I am relieved. All this time, I never knew if all my mistakes were paid for by the last person in the world I ever wanted to bring pain. Or if they are waiting for the right time to come knocking on my door.
Zara! It's so good to see you again. And I see you brought a little friend. Welcome. Any friend of Zara is a friend of mine.
This is Vi, my daughter. It's an honor to meet you, Your Highness.
How are you feeling, dear? Big day?
You've no idea. My old village is quite a distance away. It's a miracle it didn't kill her.
Well, you're safe in our walls now. Welcome to my kingdom. Oh, before you go, Miss Mary, please gather some of the other maids and prepare our best room for Vi.
Of course, ma'am.
You don't have to go to all that trouble. I've been sleeping on the ground for a while, so a chair will be just fine.
Nonsense! Now I'll have Miss Mary start a bath for you to get cleaned up. I'm sure you're very tired from your travels.
In any other circumstances, I would hardly agree. Vi will need some time to recover. However, we have much to explain to her, not much time. You and I have the matter of our current weather to deal with, which best not be put off for long, for the sake of our people.
I don't understand why we must talk about such small things when your daughter is drowning in a pool of her own sweat and filth.
When is the last time you looked outside?
Excuse me, ladies. My goodness! It's positively pouring out there!
Indeed.
What's happened? Was the orb stolen?
I took it. But only to get the water for my village. I didn't mean to cause any problems. I meant to do the exact opposite, really. Did I do something wrong?
Perhaps we should tell the child so she's not so distressed. I can only imagine what she's going through.
That's the precise reason we've come. Vi needs to hear the full story. The true story.
Come. Make yourselves comfortable, and help yourselves to the food.
Many years ago, a great leadership of 4 individuals was created to bring peace and prosperity to our land. But, with incredible power divided between them, a crack of hatred and greed split the heart of the wielder, gifted with the ability to tame fire. Savage with his hunger for complete power, he crafted a trap to capture his 3 companions. What kind of trap? We never saw it coming. He took us hostage and held us in the prison beneath the flames that formed his fortress. Proclaiming himself as Ragnar, he united all the power contained in their orbs and, from the shock of energy, brought into existence a terrifying creature of chaos. The green monster. Our people call it the Mourn Beast. This monster was the embodiment of hatred and destruction. From Earth it became enormous and could navigate and memorize any terrain it walked on. From air it could smell a living being as small as a mouse, for miles and miles away. Everything is its prey. And most, unable to combat this unearthly gift for tracking, become its victims. From fire, he was able to spew toxic slime from the depths of its throat. Any individual to come in contact with this poison would find their skin gone within moments. Lucky for them, they'll be dead before they can witness it eat away at their flesh and bones. Last, from my orb, it was given the ability to transform into a Mourn Beast, more hideous than the one before it. If it was given the opportunity to react with water. You're the water element. I was. I don't know how many nights we spent in those bottomless stone cells, feeding off insects on the damp ground and shivering in the cold with nothing to warm ourselves but our own trembling paws. We were all slipping into insanity when a light spilled against the walls around us and Ragnar descended, carrying our orbs with him. At that point, we didn't know left from right, up from down. It wasn't surprising how easily we obeyed when asked to summon our powers. Only one Mourn Beast was created before I saw it. Only a small blue shimmer in the cavern of darkness at the far end of the chamber. So pitch black it coated the space like a liquid. And it was utterly beautiful. I stared at the spirit uncomprehendibly until, extending its arms, a blue sword took shape in the air before itself. I don't know how I did it, but I hit the ground running in an instant, Ragnar and the beast passing by me like a blur. The next thing I knew, I was turned on my heel and holding my blade up to the point of the surface of the gruesome monster's shapeless face. In one mighty lunge, I pierced the sword through its skull, and a guttural shriek loud as 100 perishing souls erupted from its throat. The look on Ragnar's face is one I will never see again, and I watched as his orb slipped from his grasp and hit the floor with a crack that echoed after the beast's death cry. A shard the small size of a needle scattered off the redstone and skidded to a stop in the patch of light created from a small opening in the door. 3 seconds of defeating silence ticked by when suddenly the massive sludge pooled on the tile where the Mourn Beast was slayed, bubbled and writhed like a parasite until, towering over the 4 of us, it morphed back into its original form. It was like watching time reverse itself. Realization dawned on the 2 of us capable of coherent thought. Except, only one of us 2 was horrified at what we concluded. A creature built from the strength of all the elements can only be destroyed by the same mutual effort.
No, that's impossible. I mean, the green monster, it found me in the woods, but I saw it die with my own eyes. I swear.
You were, it seems, successful in saving your life, but not in killing the beast.
Then what happened? To you? After I realized how hopeless the entire situation was, I fled.
What?
What about your friends? What happened to them? Why didn't you—
When things around us get so bad they scare us. We lose sight of reason and what's important. Your mother did the best she could with what she had inside of her. That's the best that any of us can do in this world.
Then the orb. How do we have the water orb? I was able to fetch my orb in all the commotion.
Ragnar was hardly paying attention to me, and I snatched up the chip from his orb as I sprinted past the door to the stairway. Never in my life have I ran as hard as I did that night. My body ached for rest, but I didn't cease moving until long into the next day. I hid the orb in the outskirts of the land, in an old castle long abandoned, far enough away to go undetected. Then I traveled on foot the entire way back to the central region of the Wadjet. My suspicions were correct. Ragnar sent the beast out looking for me and his missing fragment of his orb that undoubtedly kept him from controlling his powers. It was obvious he desired my orb as well, the key to creating more vile creatures like the one hunting me. Understanding I had no chance of actually destroying this freak of nature, I decided to trap it instead. For years, I chased it, trying to ensnare the creature with more and more unexpected and ingenious traps, making exhausting trips across the land to my orb in order to regulate the water supply for the people of our world. I continued to give them just enough water to keep the land alive. No more, no less. I just couldn't risk the Mourn Beast coming in contact with water. But the villagers suffered greatly from the scarcity of water. Thousands died of dehydration. Unfortunately for the few remaining villages, the one thing keeping them alive was also the thing responsible for bringing about their deaths. The beast was drawn to their wells and picked the villagers off one by one.
They needed someone brave and strong to protect them, so your mother strode in to rescue the people, disguised in the form of an ordinary villager that would fool everyone, including the cunning monster.
Wait, I read about this in my book. Though, if I'm recalling accurately, there was an entire army of diverse creatures attacking with the Mourn Beast. After an incident with the Mourn Beast, I came across several half-monsters in the trail I was fleeing on. As you know, half-monsters are notoriously responsible for the disappearances of travelers who wander too close. Meals are not easy to come by on their side of the food chain. They were on me in a flash. I barely hauled myself off the forest floor, struggling, my paws locked behind my back, when I saw my mistake. The compass I placed Ragnar's orb shard into hadn't been refastened to my neck after I used it earlier to retrace the path to my orb. So it had flown out of my pocket. Then it was just a matter of them recognizing the description of Ragnar's stolen possession. That's when the Mourn Beast appeared. I took advantage of their shock, grabbed hold of the compass dangling in that creature's hands, and took off into the woods. Apparently, a few of those creatures were lucky survivors, because one of them reported to Ragnar all he had witnessed, while the other two followed my trail. It wasn't long before they had other half-monsters following them, undoubtedly smelling me and thinking it was a search for food. By the time I reached the village, a whole army of creatures in the Mourn Beast was on my tail. With a bounty of 8 figures on my head to anyone who could retrieve me and his precious chip. It didn't take long for the creatures to realize who their prey actually was, and more important, how much it was worth.
You really are worth more than 8 figures. What an absurdly low amount for a living thing. Especially one as impressive as you.
Yes.
You and your father really were the one good thing that happened to your mother during those dreadful years.
It was temporary bliss. You were just a child. Children like shiny things. I distracted you with the only item I had. I needed to save you, protect you. My body suffered the consequences. Its jaws tore clean through the muscle on my leg. Adrenaline is a very powerful thing in the right circumstances. It fueled me just enough to claw myself off the ground, run as fast as I was able into the woods, and lead the monster far away so he would never get the chance to hurt you again.
And that's when I come in. I was only a young girl when I saw her. But with the authority given to me as our city's princess, I called my guards to attention. We managed to wrangle the Mourn Beast up, and we took it and your mother back to our city. Your mother was suffering serious injuries. She took weeks to awake from her sleep-induced coma.
Unfortunately, my absence from the conscious world, the water orb's connection to me faded. By the time I managed to return to myself, the orb was too much for me to control. I kept the beast contained with the little power I still had within me.
We guarded the Mourn Beast for as long as we could. But Zara's diminishing powers were nothing against the animalistic power of the Mourn Beast. On the day when the last bit of her power drained, the beast escaped from his cage.
That was 5 days ago. It must have went straight to the village. It's been following me through this whole journey. The Mourn Beast must have returned to the last place he'd seen the chip. By wearing the compass, you led the monster away from your friends and family. If you had left a day later, your entire village would be left in ruins. This is so much to process. I can't believe I ruined everything you spent years protecting. Now the Mourn Beast, it can grow and—
What is done, young one. There's no point in blaming yourself.
Without any powers to aid you, I can't imagine what it was like. Traveling across that enormous expanse of woods alone with that thing following you. Oh, I wasn't alone. Optic was with me. Tell me more. I met him in the woods after he helped me escape from the monsters.
Guards! Guards! Guards!
Go with haste and bring me Vi's companion, red fur, blue eyes. What is this? What's wrong?
Shh, dear. Everything's going to be all right.
Mother? What's happening? You are brave, Sunflower. You traveled the woods to help your people. But others aren't so quick to do such noble acts.
Let go of me!
Ow! Especially... Do I have to have the word fragile stamped on my forehead to get handled nicely around here? Optic, son of Ragnar, kin to the one who betrayed us all.
Liar! I knew I hated you the moment you entered the room!
Optic! Guards! Mom, please. He isn't like that. He wouldn't hurt any of us. Your desire to see only the good in people is what I love most about you. But don't let it blind you.
If he is not guilty, then why does he run?
Please, you just scared him. I'm sure there's an explanation.
Logically, we should be chasing the Optic before he has a chance to escape.
This is outrageous. How can you act like you're just and fair people only to turn around and punish someone for crimes they never committed? If you were to kill him for his connection to a monster, the only thing you would achieve is proving to be monsters yourselves. I'm sorry he's lied to you, but we can't let him leave. Then let me talk to him. Please, be careful. I hope you're right about him. For all our sakes.
Hey, you see him too, right? Say, you don't think that guy's just out for a nice morning jog, do you? Doesn't seem like it. I don't like the looks of him. Yeah, looks like a darn thief to me. Quick, close the gate! What are you waiting for?
No!
Go! Close!
He's getting away! Get him!
Optic! Optic! Hey! Don't worry. I just learned my mother is not actually dead, that she was the water element, that I may have been chased down by an immortal beast that is bringing rain, and we may or may not have just caused a nationwide crisis. What's a little Optic's dad is Ragnar against all that? Sorry. I guess I'm not as good as you at lightening the mood. All I did was take off all the huge problems we had to deal with. For what it's worth, I understand how you feel. No! No, you do not understand. You have no idea what I'm going through. Hey. Stop! Just stop looking at me like that! Like I'm some sort of misunderstood hero! 14 days! 14 days! Come on, if we could just talk. See that? I've tried. No matter how much I concentrated, I couldn't plan what I was going to say to make it up to you. See, it didn't work! I've been rude all day, it didn't work! I've never had to do the right thing because nobody ever believed I could! 14 days? How could it have already been 14 days? You're scaring me, please! Stop this! What are you talking about? 14 days? Did you know? I've been out here for 14 days. Okay? 14 days, he said. Do you know the meaning of a deadline? It means if you don't cross the line when he says you're dead, okay? What are you saying? Deadline for what? You were with me for 5 days and not once did you bother to ask why I needed the orb and compass. Why would you do that? How could you be so unbelievably dumb? This isn't like you. How would you know? You don't know anything about me. Stop trusting me. After all, a monster will be a monster. I wish you'd realize sooner. Restless spirits, gather around. Return me to where my soul is bound.
my